DIY.
DIYers, over the weekend, the homie Ab-Soul was on the biggest live stream in the world after they hit a milestone moment on Kai Cenat's Mafia-thon 3. He reached a world record of 1 million subscribers. Props to him for doing that, first of all.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Well, he's been doing collaborations within that same house he's been streaming with On The Radar, and he's been platforming rappers that otherwise I would never think I would see on his platform. His platform tends to be for a younger music listening audience, and not necessarily always lyricist friendly. We've had some things that we've covered from Kai that were kind of like, I don't know where he sits when it comes to that kind of conversation, but I think it's been dope to see him platforming folks like Ab-Soul, and Ab-Soul is obviously one of the greatest lyricists of our generation. Well, Ab-Soul had a moment. Happens to the best of us. As says here in XXL, says Ab-Soul pulled up to Kai Cenat's Mafia-thon 3 for an On The Radar freestyle, but stumbled through his bars, sparking discussions from fans. He later admitted he, quote, choked and owned the moment. I'm hoping to give you some perspective, especially as an artist and producer myself. Let's go to it. It's without a doubt a tough watch at times.
I'm just the best, so I told you that. So somebody back. Sign your will with a quill. Dip it in your bloodline. Deal away your whole DNA. Through familiar, big mad. The irony is I'm composing this in oxygen. I don't need no page. Yeah. Legal tender bender.
I'm going to tell you first and foremost, Bodies Hit the Floor is not the instrumental that you feed an Ab-Soul. To see him in his prime, that's got to be a DJ decision. For me, man, you got to put him over something where you're able to hear what he's doing, and you don't have a beat that got all kind of sound effects for children with ADD. I'm just playing. Not to say he can't rap on a beat like this, but like this to me is a moment where he's in front of 200,000 people. 200,000 people. I think you got to put a boom bap beat or just something underneath him that shows, what his signature sound has been. But nonetheless, no excuses. We're rappers. We get in here. We rap over anything. Continue.
Big stacks. Like that. Yeah. I can't get it. Does that ever? Can I get a run? Can I run it back? Run it back. Has that ever happened? Has that ever happened? Has anybody ran it back?
Yeah, it's happened.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, first of all, I give props where props is due. He is on there, and it sounds like it's a mixture between maybe a written verse that he had pre-prepared, which is not uncommon. Obviously, we know the term freestyle gets bastardized these days. But there should be no question. I know some people are probably experiencing it for the first time. There should be no question. Man can rap his ass off. Now, what other conditions he might have been under, maybe a little too zooted, whatever the case may be, it is what it is. But we literally have watched numerous episodes of On The Radar where you got rappers who are lip syncing their On The Radar episodes. These are rappers and not karaoke stars. It's dope to see that in his element. This is what he's doing still. He's like, I'm going to make the most out of it. But I imagine being in front of 200,000 people that you cannot see is an incredible amount of pressure, no matter what you got pre-prepared. That's a lot. That's a lot.
I wanted to be at first, too. All right.
So you want to get it back again?
See what I got, man. Yeah. Hey. Man. Yeah. I'm just a vessel, I told you that. Body bags. Write your will with a quill. Dip it in your bloodline. Through familiar, big mad. The irony is I'm composing this in oxygen. I don't need no page.
I could tell the verse that he penned before this was definitely over a slower beat. One thing that you gonna know as a listener of Ab-Soul is that he loves his spacing. in between the bars, he loves to give you a line and then give you like almost an awkward amount of space for you to really breathe in what's going on. With a beat like this, it's being so damn up-tempo, this was just not the verse for the beat. Once again, that is a decision upon the DJ and upon Ab to, you know, should I be doing this particular verse over it? But continue.
This paper, the legal tender bender. Stitches get administered, big expenditures. Spitches and bitches, a million digits. Yeah, comma after comma, after comma. Look, a big picture. Get with ya. Just split ya. Yeah. Poetically, blow whistles. Most definitely the best that y'all seen. I need a shadow bandana over my mental. So gentle. Yo. The victory lap on the mafia kind. Yeah, turn me up. I'm amped up. Stand up by any means possible. Kick lots flow. Can't forget Gay P. Been on the radar. I came in the game with day free. Mr. Terrorist dressed with an AR. Sister Scissor told y'all that y'all been chatting. Yeah, what's happening?
So we definitely get into a freestyle here. Man, you know, look. Under these circumstances, it does not surprise me because I've seen the best in battle rap have these moments. I've seen the best of best. And he echoes this in a video that we're going to see where he kind of gives a response to it. But yeah, man, to me, I do apply, of course, accountability to Ab because, you know, he knows what this moment is. And especially getting ready to go on tour with Joey Badass and Rhapsody. This is a great moment to corral in maybe some folks who weren't even looking for an Ab-Soul's type of music. But nonetheless, man, like it's tough to watch, especially when, you know, I got me as an artist, the artist that empathizes. But there's also me that is just a fan of a lyricist like an Ab-Soul that's like, show these niggas. Show them what this is really about. And it's just like, ugh, it hurts. It hurts. Damn it, it hurts to watch this. But I empathize because I know that I've been there. I have been there. And we're going to talk about that in a second. Continue, though.
Right the fuck now. No lanes in them with the gang in them. Heavy is the head, wear the crown. Only big bar, fuck that bar, beach bar, gang bars. Is it insensitive to say pause? If not, let's play. Switch up like you don't know me, Wale. All day. Yeah. Eminem, infinite like Eminem. So DA, need a bim rig. The boat hoe, Shannon balls to cool shit. True shit, it's my new shit. You get the nuisance.
Can somebody turn this microphone up too? You know what I'm saying? Like there is some production that needs to go on around this to make sure that you're getting the most out of whatever it is that you get. I'm not taking no responsibility, but can we turn the mic up?
Blue strips and nooses, I view through Medusas. I'm ducked off, playing duck, golden goose, bitch. So in conclusion, suck my dick, JK, just in case they Hulu this.
Yeah, they were trying to catch a reaction out of Kai. No disrespect to Kai, but I kind of felt like even if you give Ab-Soul the opportunity to do what we know he can do, most of them lines is probably going to go over his head. No disrespect. I'm just saying. I think most of them will go anyways.
Somebody's going to have to tell the truth, and I'm going to tell it.
It's just a bad matching. It's a bad matching in this situation. Like, if I am that DJ and I'm familiar with Soul's catalog, pull up a Python PB. I know that they're trying to make sure that they're entertaining an audience, a younger audience that's like, maybe they do or maybe they don't know who he is outside of his association with Kendrick, but throw one of them Python P beats on that got all the space in the world and allows him to like land something. And you got to just think on that for a second. But, you know, look, they have a show to do for sure.
Oh yeah, Mike, pull a phantom tax quick. Oh! You know I gotta eat. And tell Duke I'm guaranteed to have more riz than you. It's true. Members only, TDE, the homies, AMP.
Make some noise for Absol in the building.
Yeah, that was a tough one to watch. And it's only tough because of how much we know that he's capable of. Those who know, you know. I'll say this before we get into his reaction to having this moment. I'll say this. For starters, the fact that he had a moment, like, try to think outside the box on this one, because I was really giving this some thought. Say he went on there and he killed it in the Absol way that we know of. Who's to say that that particular demo that tends to skew younger, who's to say that they would be impressed enough to actually go get music because they tap into a whole nother demographic of artists, right? There's a reason why they played the Offset featuring GID, who's a lyricist himself. There's a reason why they chose that particular instrumental, right? They're looking for a contrast that'll be entertaining. But I look at this and I say, instead of him doing something where it shows his elite level of lyricism, and this is not something I think that he plans, but I think sometimes the universe works in your favor for this. Instead of doing something that shows how above all of this stuff he is, he had a moment where he showed he was human. A very human moment. And because of that human moment, there are some people out there who are going to empathize. There's going to be some people out here going to clown. Of course they're going to clown. But there's going to be people out here who are going to empathize with that and say, shit, what would I do in that situation? Right? I think him having a moment made it a moment. As opposed to going up there and doing what we know that he can do, I think it made it a moment. Now, if I had this situation to control, I for sure wouldn't want to see this happen no matter what the positives are from it. I want to see him murder whatever it is he's in front of because, you know what I'm saying? That's my Carson brother. That's my peer, man. That's my DA brother. We've worked together on many occasions, collaborated as producer, artist, all these different things. So it hurts to see that, but at the same time, I am seeing it from a different lens because I've been in this internet landscape and I've had my moments where, people think that I fumbled on something. With that said, he did have some thoughts that he shared here in the same hoodie. This I know. This is how you know he gives a damn about what he's doing. In the same hoodie, which probably means it was the same night. He jumped into a live stream, and he wanted to kind of explain his point of view because I'm sure that he was seeing some of the reaction on the internet. Here is Absol on his live stream on Instagram, reacting to this moment.
I honestly feel like B Rabbit. You know what I'm saying?
Not B Rabbit.
I choked, man. Burn. I don't know. I can't call it. First and foremost, the most important thing is I want to definitely congratulate, Kai, Gabe, you know what I'm saying, the whole team, AMP, On the Radar, 1 million subscribers, that's incredible.
Facts.
When Jesus Christ entered the chat, you already know, like, I don't know, maybe, it was an emotional thing. Snoop popped in, you know what I'm saying? Carson was in the house, Ray J chimed in.
I didn't even think about that. The peers that are in the building. This is very different from a live show situation in that when you're at a stadium, right, you see seas of people. It sounds wild, but in a lot of ways, it's a lot easier to perform in that sea of people than it is sometimes to perform in a, let's say, what they used to call in stores, right? Where you perform at like a boutique hip hop store and you're face to face with people and they can see your reactions. They can see when you mess up and your eyes react to you messing up. It's very different environments. Now, I've seen it from the perspective of artists that I've invited into this space whenever we do a Flocation episode where I cook up music and they're forced to write on the spot. It's not that they don't have the capability of doing that. It's the fact that these are different levels of stress that don't typically exist when they're in their comfortable spaces. But add on top of knowing that you're in front of 260,000 odd people, Add on top of that, Snoop just checking in. You know, you got Smino in the building. You got all the folks who know you to be one of the best at what you do. Yeah, that's a lot on the shoulders of anybody, man.
It happens to the best of us, bro.
Yeah, shout my nigga Smino is in there with that. That's always good. Happens to the best of us. His deep right. That's that is different. That happens to the best of us, right? That's and I'm. That's tough, guys. I've never bombed in such a way. I'm struggling with it.
I empathize as a artist with him in this moment because I have had shows in which I prepared for, I rehearsed for, and I said, ooh, this is going to be the show I premiere a new song. And I remember I did it one time in front of a college audience and, oh, the energy was high. People were excited to see me. And I flubbed the first 2 or 3 lyrics and decided, hey, let's do something we don't do as often as we did when we began. Let's just freestyle. Bad decision. Because then they're looking at you like, we're barely making out what you're saying because it's the first time we're hearing it. But you decide now you want to do this? So I empathize because it's like in your soul, when you care about this shit, when you know you're capable of greatness, you've displayed greatness, you get in these moments and it's like, man, I do this. But then those moments happen where sometimes the words don't match what's available in the brain. I don't know. I don't know another way to describe it, but I empathize with them.
Is there a first time for everything? I guess there is.
Yeah. I've met, I'm an artist. I'm a performer. I'm a trained, skilled professional. You know what I'm saying?
They said double back with a new one to diss everybody.
No,
Who was giving that
double
advice?
back and diss everybody. See what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm glad we do it. That's crazy. Double back and diss everybody.
That's what niggas is,
Because I fucked up.
Get on these niggas, man.
Because I fucked up. That's what they saying in the chat?
That's what they say, man.
Come on, y'all, like double back and diss everybody. Like that's really what.
Somebody asked
Because I got invited to such a commemorative event.
Somebody asked, was it written? Is that why?
I mean, it was pre-prepared. You know, it was live. Off the top of the dome freestyles. Like, come on, those are great. But I mean, come on, guys, like. But a freestyle is simply that. It's a free verse. You know what I'm saying? It was not an off of the top of the dome freestyle. You know what I'm saying? I prepare as usual. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just think I don't know. I don't have no tools of incompetence, guys. This is very difficult for me, especially walking around here calling myself the boat.
But I'm gonna cut in. I'm gonna cut in here only because I think that so much of the popularity of TDE artists, from an outside point of view and also from a collaborative point of view, in working with and even interviewing Punch this year. I think that part of the popularity has been the mystique that has been around every brand of every artist, right? You don't really get to hear from them on a regular basis. And even when they release a project, they're very specific about who they talk to, okay? I think that in this era where visibility is expected of so many artists, especially those that are building, other segments of their fan base, for those that are wanting to get people familiarized with their brand and even encourage them to come out to the shows when they're out there touring to support future music. Visibility is important. But I think also what's important is authenticity and these moments that are very human moments for him to say, I fucked up and it's eating me up right now. I'm in the studio right now. I wouldn't even put it past him that night in the studio, he got all the energy out that he wanted to get out, probably and some. But he had a human moment. And I think in front of the youth, especially, these human moments are important, right? Because the generation I came up under, I didn't get to see so many of the human moments of the people that I looked up to as an artist. It took until this generation of podcasting for me to be like, these niggas is idiots. Not saying about him, but just saying in general. You're really, what? You didn't write that? I think that seeing the human has different types of reactions, but in this moment, I think it's a more positive one. That one of the best lyricists of our time had a moment where the thing that he's known for doing, the thing that he's known for killing on many platforms, he had a night off. Imagine that. Happens in the NBA all the damn time. As a Laker fan, I've seen it many of times in LeBron. No disrespect, Mr. Bron. But I'm just saying, I've seen it. Missed airballed 3-pointers and free throws. Shut up.
Yes, Chance. I am the boat. I'll let you have it for a while because of the Black Star Line. That's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Light-skinned Marcus Garvey. You know what I'm saying? Great
BOAT, I believe, stands for best of all time.
But didn't know how to take it. That was very tough for me. So what do? I go to the fucking, I drop my ass from wherever the fuck we was at. You know what I'm saying? Very far from where I am now. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. And I get back to it. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be recording, or I mean, not even if you're recording or not. It's just what I want this to serve as is me taking accountability.
Respect.
Those guys gave me an opportunity to perform and, display true skill, true artistry, and I choked. I bombed. And, I'm owning that. So I run straight to the studio. And, this, I came up with this so far. I just thought.
And that's what the best do.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell
You heard me? That's what the best do. You had a bad game. You shot an airball at the free throw line. Go do 100, 200, 300, 400 free throws when everybody leaves the arena. Go back and go shoot more. Because if this is what you do, it's only a matter of time before you get a redo. And I would say this. I don't think that this moment is the only reason why this moment even matters right now as I'm speaking about it is because it just happened. But in the grand scheme of things, how big this moment remains is going to be all upon how he follows it up. And I imagine this moment might have created another opportunity. Even as I'm watching this now from the perspective of I've done my research, I'm just watching this in real time with you. As I'm watching this, I'm like, now there's a storyline. And now if Kai is looking at that storyline and saying, you know what, that's an opportunity for a stream where I bring him on and interview him. And we talk about, man, what was that moment like? Man, I know that's crazy. All right, well, show these people what you really do, right? And I'm just, guesstimating of the things that could happen. But because it was a moment, it might have created another moment. But I think it's going to come down to what he shows everybody, and we know he's getting ready to kill it. What he shows everybody afterwards, I think, is the bigger story. And man, you need these kind of moments, especially in a career that spans as many years as his has. Now, TDE, Punch wasn't having it. Punch ain't, Punch was giving him a hard time. This is not the tweet that he had initially, but this is his follow-up tweet. The first one, he was basically saying he was out here like Eminem from 8 Mile, but nonetheless, he does put this generalized message over, just zooming out. He says, we got to lighten up a bit. Rap is also fun. The irony of Soul stumbling on a freestyle is funny, especially considering he's one of the best to ever do this thing. From somebody who's seen it up front, not as much as obviously as Punch, for somebody who's seen it from his earliest years, when he came to my grandmother's patio and was rapping verses that he had written inside of his head. That is not somebody who was at a scarcity of lyrics. Me and him were laughing about it earlier today. Nigga said, it's my first time. I don't know how to feel. To have your first time like that happen, this portion of your career, I'll be in the studio too. Can I tell you a little bit of a personal tidbit before we get up out of here though? About 10 years ago, I was invited to something called the LA Block Party. And this video is on my channel. As you'll see in the background, you got Doughburger, rest in peace. And then you also got DJ Head. And I had a performance, right? I believe that Talib Kweli was the headliner. I had a performance. And I remember talking to Ab-Soul the day before because, we were talking about what my set list was going to look like. And I told him, I said, I don't quite have it ready yet. And the one thing he told me, said, tighten up, Curtis, tighten up. And the reason he was asking was because he wanted to see if I would be open to him being a guest on this particular show. Let me go ahead and fast forward this a little bit. And not only did he appear on my set, which he just came there in support of the event. He wasn't looking to rap that day. He went and he did a song called Terrorist Threats during my set. And look at me going in the background, acting like I'm not supposed to be on stage backing him up. He told me, he said, tighten up. And he was absolutely right. Preparation is key. These moments still happen when you are prepared, but preparation is key. And as my dog, I would tell him the same thing. That ain't nothing. You come back, you let these people know what it is that you do. If anything, I think this provided an opportunity for them to see what you have already done. You have nothing more to prove. Everything that has been proven, even your favorite rapper, Jay-Z, knows exactly who the hell you are and what you do. I look at this and I say it is just, it's a much different time period. It's an interesting time period that we're in. But nonetheless, man, I salute him, first of all, for taking a skill set like his to the biggest live stream in the world. I salute him for that. I salute him for in that moment, not just saying, you know what, let me just stop here before this goes off the rails. He said, I'm a freestyle. I don't know if many rappers have the wherewithal to do that. I think they would ask, hey, change the beat. Go to one of my songs. Here's a show mix. Folks don't understand the difficulty of it, but what I respect even more so is the integrity to take accountability. You know what? That wasn't my best showing, and I know that he says he let himself down in that moment. But, also, I'm sure his fans are like, y'all don't know. That's not the one we know. It happens, especially in moments like this. But, man, the best is yet to come for Ab-Soul. And I think with all of these moments that have occurred, the things that we have covered in these moments, I think this is going to be one of those where you're like, this could have been possibly a canon event that opens up other discussions and other opportunities and even other coverage that otherwise, some of these outlets overlook some of the best pins in the game if they're not involved in gossip or involved in drama. They overlook them. Well, not in this situation. And I think you're getting ready to see what Ab-Soul is capable of doing. All I'm going to say is this, I'm going to always put my hat into the ring. So you always welcome home over here. You always welcome over here. I'm not going to throw a beat at you that don't make no damn sense. You always welcome over here, Mr. Ab-Soul. DIYers, those are my thoughts on the situation. What are your thoughts? Keep it respectful in my damn comments, and I'll talk to you soon, all right? Peace.